Hello, my name is Liaison. I'm bringing you this shoutcast today between DuckloadRA and LiquidTLO, two very high-quality Terran and Protoss players, respectively. TLO, of course, the Terran, and DuckloadRA, our friend the Protoss. Terran spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, while the Protoss player is at the bottom right-hand corner on Shakuras Plateau, one of the largest maps currently out there. As the close positions are never given. You get some very interesting games if you have the lateral positioning, because there's this base in the middle here, and there's these destructible rocks here and here that connect the bases, so you can get some very nice back behind the base attacks and timings that way, which the scouting is very important during games like that. Look at the production tab. We have the supply depot and the SCV being trained up for TLO, while Duckload is just getting his probes out. He's got his pylon placed down already. Some nice chrono boosts being used. There's probe coming out and laying down this gateway, while the 12 barracks being laid down for TLO. I'd also like to take this time to give a shoutcast to Nyquist Gaming. Very up and coming clan, very loyal, very good job done by their the owner of the clan, the guy who runs it. Their website's great. They really do a great job. Just like to give them a shoutcast. NyquistGaming.com. I'll type it in for you. There it is. So once again, we've got gas almost finished for TLO. He's going to send 2 more SCVs over there, while we've got the gas finished here and 3 probes mining the gas. So orbital command being transformed is the word I'm using from now on, because that's really what's going on here. It's not being built or anything like that. It's just really being transformed. As we have our second supply depot being thrown down, Marine out here, second Marine being trained up, Mule being shot down as soon as the orbital finishes. Very nicely done. And a cybernetics core and a zealot being warped in and trained up. SSCV doing some scouting, just kind of seeing what's going on. This probe will throw down that second pylon right there. These 2 Marines coming out here to guard the ramp at the natural. Well, this probe is just kind of doing its thing, just kind of hiding out, just being a probe. And warp gate research being researched, as they say, for DuckloadRA, as the chrono boost on the probes continues and the second gas gets thrown down. A lot of players, you'll see, use that chrono boost on the warp gate to try and get it as quickly as possible. Duckload choosing to use it on the probes, which I think personally is a better play as far as your economy is concerned. It's much better, definitely, and I think it's a very nice play. As you can see, TLO puts down the expansion here, so off of 1 barracks, he throws down the expansion with just 4 Marines to defend it. If that doesn't make you a little bit nervous as a Terran player, I don't know what will, but luckily nothing coming out right now from Duckload. The barracks now has the tech lab on it, and the combat shields being researched. And there's the change. Now it's the stim pack, as there may have been a misclick there by TLO. We've got a little mini engagement down here between these 4 poor Marines and this stalker, who says, hey, I kind of want to see what's going on in there. And the Marines are kind of like, nah, that's okay, you can just kind of disappear. And so we've got this zealot here, sentry being trained up, Robo Bay being thrown down, and the expansion for Duckload to boot, as he saw, just based on what was going on here, he knew there was an expansion going down. So his expansion will be a little bit later, but at the same time is getting it more or less at the right time. Second tech lab being thrown down on this barracks, so maybe some marauder play coming up. We'll see what happens, but anytime you get 2 tech labs on your barracks, you could expect marauders. We'll see if there's going to be anything researched on this tech lab. Looks like nothing as of yet, as that factory goes down. We've got an observer coming out shortly, and 2 more gateways being thrown down. And the warp gate research is finished as soon as that sentry popped out. There it goes, the warp gate being transformed. We've got our 5 Marines just kind of hanging out. SCVs being transferred over. Starport being built right outside the natural, and we do have combat shields being researched, so Marines with Stimpak and combat shield very shortly. Robo Bay thrown down. That can only mean one thing, that's Colossi, baby. As you know, very, very strong counter to Marines. I always say my theory on TvP as a Terran, Marines Marauders are very strong. Very, very strong play, especially if you can get Medivacs to help out. But once those High Templars and Colossi get into the mix, it's a whole nother ballgame. It is very difficult to be effective with that Bio Army against those Colossi and those and High Templars. And very nice scan there, taking out the Observer. So no scouting to be done by that Observer. And just Marines coming out, so no Marauders yet. We've got 10 Marines and a Hellion out here with the first Colossi training as we speak. There he is, that little Colossi. If we look at the Army tab, it looks like Duckload is ahead pretty significantly as far as you know, the gas definitely, and he's one supply ahead. If we look at the unit tab, we have 36 SCVs and a Mule against 38 probes. A little engagement going on here. Very nice force fields to keep those Marines at bay. TLO looks like he'll be bringing these guys out for a little drop, maybe. We'll see what's going on as that medevac just sits fully loaded with Marines. And once again, the pylon here, very nicely done if he needs to warp in some units to help him fight the cause. And there's a Marauder, and if we look at that production tab once again, a second Colossi being trained up. We've got a nice sized army right here. For if we look at the unit tab, we'll see it's 5 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, and a Colossi. Very, very nice composition there. And so we have another command center being laid down by TLO. Very interesting play here, as he, we'll see what happens as that starport now finishing, or now being built as well. And we have an engagement here. There's Stalkers, Zealots, and Colossi running in, trying to take out this expansion. I think that would be, you know, that's definitely what they want to do here. They would be very happy if expansion can be taken down as it flies away, unable to do so now. These Zealots running in, trying to kill all of these Marines as he's stopped mining on both of his bases, and GG's just like that. So TLO loses this one, as the Stalkers, Zealots, Sentries, a little too much to handle. Very nice force fields laid down here by Duckload so that he could not so we could not bring his SCVs back up there. At the same time, there was a drop here. I was unable to move back there because this is where all the action was. But there was a drop here with the medevac, and it looks like they almost killed the Colossi, unable to do so. And all the Marines died. Once again, oh, and look, a little drop coming down here. But again, when you have no mining at either of your bases and all of your buildings are floating, that's pretty much GG right there. So DuckloadRA takes this one against LiquidTLO. Once again, my name is Liaison, and this has been a presentation of Nyquist Gaming.